Hello, it is a beautiful day, and I am stopping in to talk to you about habits. So, the question that I've posed is, what's your identity? What labels are you holding on to? Because there are some habits I think all of us have that we can change that are related to identity. And what I mean by that is you'll say, I'm a procrastinator. I'm lazy. I'm too serious. I'm busy. Well, I'm Whitney Wiley, and this is Five and Five. And really, beyond being Whitney Wiley, all the other labels or identities that I take on are by choice, right? They are less about identity and more about habit. So let me give you an example. When I when people ask me about myself, I'm a loyal friend, I'm hardworking, I think I'm funny. It's dry humor and everybody doesn't get it, but it's funny nonetheless. And there are lots of other labels or identities that are a part of me or I could take on as a part of me. But it's less about that's what I am than it is about that's how I choose to show up, right? And it's the same thing for you. You are less of a procrastinator. Saying I am anything suggests that it's not changeable. So I am a procrastinator means I can't change that. Rather, you have the habit of procrastination. You have the habit of being lazy or the habit of being serious. And when you look at it that way, you take back the power, you take back ownership of who you are in reality, and only have to own those things that are truly serving you. So if being a procrastinator is something that you want to be and something that you want to own, then say, I am a procrastinator, shout it from the hilltops, rooftops, own it, embrace it, be it. But if it's not, don't take that, words matter. So don't take that identity on. Don't take that label or and certainly don't accept labels other people put on you. So instead of seeing it as a part of your identity, a part of who you are, if it's something that doesn't serve you, start with a change in mindset, a change in your vocabulary, a change in the words you use. Your thoughts matter, your words matter. And it is to your advantage to see things that up till now you have seen as a part of who you are simply as habits. I have the habit of procrastination. I don't choose to have the habit of procrastination. Therefore, I'm going to change the habit of procrastination. And then changing it becomes a function of determining that you're going to change it, that there is a better way for you to be, and you're going to replace one habit with another. And that's the beauty of seeing your identity pieces or things that you've thought of as your identity as habits. We don't really get rid of habits, we replace them. So replace one habit with another. If you have the habit of being, now just continue with this example of being a procrastinator, become someone who has the habit of being on time and doing things at the proper time and doing things as you've scheduled them and not putting them off. I have had the habit of procrastination at times in my life, particularly for things I don't want to do. And when I realize that it's because it's something that I don't want to do and replace it with something that I do, it becomes easier to make that change. Tend to procrastinate in, like I said, in situations where that's something that I don't want to do, but there's something that I'm getting out of putting it off. And if it's an activity that, let's say, I have to do, when in reality I get to choose to do whatever. But let's say it's something that serves a bigger purpose, and I'm going to do it because I want to achieve the bigger end game, but I'm putting it off. And I will be honest, sometimes writing is one of those things. Sitting down to actually write is one of those things. And I will procrastinate sitting down to get it written. But when I think about the end goal and what it is that I really want, and then develop a plan to get there, the habit of writing and taking procrastination out of the equation becomes a much easier thing to do. So stop to think about what it is you are accepting as an identity for yourself, reframe it, look at it through a new lens, reframe it. How can you frame that as a habit? Then what can you do to change that habit from one that doesn't work for you to one that does work for you? And remember that the habits, positive or negative, ones you need to break or ones you need to build, ultimately you are in control. It's your life. You own your identity, you own your habits, you own your choices, you take responsibility for that. And then you have the efficacy and the ability to make the change. And that's why it's important to see things in a different lens. So I hope there's a nugget in here that will help you move from where you are to where you want to be, even if it's just in one area of your life, with just one small piece. And going back to yesterday, the one thing that's necessary for you to do that will make everything else easier. Think about that. Think about how you can incorporate that with the choices that you're making about who you say you are and who you say you want to be. And with that, I leave you to go work on those habits and share what you're doing, share any habits that you're wanting to change or build, and let's see how we can help each other do that. Okay, have a great rest of your day, and I will talk with you again soon.